Welcome back, fight fans. This is the DAZN Boxing Show brought to you by Torres Brandy, mastery and tradition since 1928. I go by the name of Barak.
And I'm Barak, the boxing bully.
A lot of fights to cover and break down and preview. I want to start off with this one, Barak. I'm talking about Jaime Munguia versus Gonzalo Correa. Now, I know sometimes in this sport, Barak, you're not in complete control on who you fight, on what fights are presented to you, what opportunities you have, as a young upcoming champion. I don't want to place the blame on Jaime Munguia for this one. And yes, we'll break down the fight against the Argentinian who's 21-5. But it dawned on me, when Jaime Munguia became known to the world, when his breakout fight, so to speak, was beating Saddam Ali after Ali recently had beaten the great Miguel Cotto, past his prime, nevertheless became world champion. And Jaime Munguia pretty much steamrolled Saddam Ali. He's fought 11 times since then. And credit to all the guys he's faced, but biggest name on that list, biggest two names is Gabriel Rosado and Liam Smith. Barak, so it starts to kick in now. Is it Oscar De La Hoya? Is it Golden Boy Promotion? Is it the guys that he wants to face that are not accepting the fights? At some point, we have to start looking at this and say, all right, when will we see Jaime Munguia, an elite talent, against another elite talent? I know he's wanted to face guys. Why isn't it happening? That's what I need to know, and this is no disrespect to his opponent.
Yeah, sort of disrespecting his opponent, but I guess you're calling it what it is. He's not an opponent that a 40-0 fighter should be fighting, who's never fought for a title in this particular division. I think there was a time when Jaime Munguia was really, really on a nice streak, and that's when you're talking about the time when he fought Liam Smith, your time when he fought Saddam Ali. He was 28-0 back then. That's when we expected him to fight somebody better and better and better. Now, understand something. You say that we can't blame the fighter, but damn, we had 40-0 now. 40-0, and you don't have some say in who you're fighting.
Are you saying
40-0 and you can't demand 40-0 and you can't demand? I want to fight Demetrius Andrade. I want to fight Jamal Charlo. You've been in this weight division for a while now. I want to fight Triple G, especially Demetrius Andrade and Triple G. They all fight on DAZN. I don't know why those fights couldn't be made. If you want to be comfortable fighting all of these other fighters and not fighting the champions, I don't see what that's going to do for your legacy. I like him as a fighter. I think he's a very, very tough fighter. Liam Smith was an incredible win. He shows that he can box a little bit, but he can take shots and stop you. And when are we going to see
I don't know. I don't know who to direct this energy towards, Barak. I'm just putting it out there in the air. We feel like you're a great talent, an exciting fighter for the fight fans to watch. It's starting to get to the point where we look at you now. When is it going to happen? And maybe we'll get Oscar De La Hoya on the show and talk to him about it. Maybe there's something that we don't know. Maybe it's management. Maybe maybe it really is the other guys that don't want to fight him. But I need answers. That's all I'm saying. But nevertheless, he's going to be fighting against Correa. That's right, Gonzalo Correa from Argentina this Saturday. I got him winning the fight.
You know why you got him winning the fight? Because you didn't find no tape on his opponent. And that's it.
All right, listen, moving on. Let's talk about Regis Prograis. Look, one of the best 140-pounders in the division. His only loss was against the formerly undisputed junior welterweight champion in Josh Taylor. And that was a close fight in itself. He's going to be fighting a tough competitor, in Floyd Mayweather's words, Jose Cepeda, who, Barak, we all saw what he was able to do with the young talent, Josue Vargas. This guy was also in other competitive fights against Baranchek. Cepeda can fight. He's skilled, he's tricky, he's crafty. Will he be too much for Regis Prograis? No, the other way around. Regis Prograis will be too much for Cepeda. It's a competitive fight. It's a good fight, a credible fight. I like the fight, but no way does Cepeda beat Regis Prograis. Sorry.
Yeah, you just gave a prediction and all of that. Yeah, I would put him as the favorite. He's a bigger guy. He's been in there with better competition. Being Josh Taylor, and Josh Taylor was a close fight actually.
Yeah, right.
And Regis felt that he did enough to win. Yeah, I guess Regis would be the favorite, being a slightly bigger guy. I would say he fought better competition. I believe Josh Taylor was a very close fight. He believes he even won that fight. So yeah, I would definitely understand if somebody gave Regis the edge. I do feel like momentum that Josh Zepeda has right now. What did I say?
You said the edge, like it's we'll give him a slight edge. Like he's not a heavy favorite in that fight.
Well, I don't know. I don't know about odds.
Okay.
If you're just talking about eye test and who seems to be a more skillful fighter, then I guess it would be Regis Prograis. But I do know Jose has surprised me before. He surprised me against Baranchek. He surprised me how he got up off of the canvas 4 times. And I'm sure that's given him momentum, just beating a young Josue Vargas. And with momentum comes confidence. A confident man is hard to beat. So I think that's a tough fight. 2 big names in that division. That's what we need to see anyway.
Right, but that's not happening this week. Barak is right. It's happening the following week. All right, and also the following week, that same weekend, Dillian Whyte, his return after losing against Tyson Fury, against Jermaine Franklin, undefeated American heavyweight, who at some point was a real prospect. A lot of people had high hopes for him. He has his opportunity now to upset the apple cart. And when I say upset the apple cart, we all know that Matchroom chairman Eddie Hearn has mentioned AJ's possible next opponent couldn't be Dillian Whyte. That's right, rematch. We all know AJ beat him before he became champion, but there's still some, I guess, these 2 fighters still want each other. I mean, we all know Dillian Whyte wants his get back. A lot has happened since then. AJ's become a superstar, won titles, unified champion, but there's some animosity there. So that's a potential fight. So Barak, he's looking ahead. He has to look past Franklin if he wants that big money fight with AJ. But can he beat the undefeated American?
Listen, all we're really looking at is how is Dillian Whyte going to perform under his new trainer, Buddy McGirt. That's what we're wondering. We're wondering what kind of effect is Buddy McGirt going to have on Dillian Whyte at this point in his career. What are we going to see new from him, and what are we going to see sharpened? And that's probably what Buddy McGirt is trying to do. He's trying to sharpen up the tools that Dillian Whyte already has. And a lot of times when you switch trainers, it gives you a newfound confidence. I always like to bring up Miguel Cotto when he switched trainers and he went to Freddie Roach. Became a totally different fighter, much more confident, and I think that Dillian Whyte, he's already a confident guy, already a guy who goes out on his shield, but we want to see what he does technically that's different. Now, Jermaine Franklin, 21-0, young fighter, he hasn't fought. He fought Jerry Forrest, and that was a close fight. I think that was like a split decision or whatever. And his last fight, he fought a journeyman, a very bad journeyman. So you're talking about Dillian Whyte, who's been in with the best of the best.
No doubt.
I always say, though, you never know if a fight is great till he has the opportunity to prove it. So Franklin has the opportunity.
And we know how hard Dillian Whyte hits Barak, because Barak held the record in the punching machine, and Dillian Whyte is the only guy to beat Barak's record. He actually broke the machine out in Tottenham Stadium in London. So look, at any moment that fight can end. Dillian Whyte is a big puncher, so we'll see what's next. He has to get past Franklin if he's going to get the AJ fight, all right? And that's our show, brought to you by Torres Brandy. Mastery and tradition since 1928. Peace and love. Stay safe. We're out of here.